Hey y'all, I got some tea. So I posted men only. Ask me a question. I will do a video answering them. They must be appropriate. So I asked that on my community section of YouTube. So now I am here. I have not even read through half of them. So this will be interesting for me as well. I'm going to be answering some of these dudes' questions. I don't know if I want to say their names, but maybe I'll just say the question. Okay, here we go. Some some person by the name of Facebook 21, I guess I'll say some of their names, is having sex with your husband a job or do you enjoy it? I said don't ask me inappropriate questions, but this is not super inappropriate, so I'll say this. Um, well, I'll say this. In the beginning, when everyone is all in love and can't keep the hands off of each other, of course it's enjoyable. But after years and kids and stuff like that, and being busy and A, B, C, and D, it's kind of like take it or leave it. So honestly, after you've been married and been with the same person for 18 years, I don't think it matters anymore. But I wouldn't say it was a job though. Um, let's see the next question. Why are we so dusty? Blue Hay. Blue Hay says, why are we so dusty? Um, I don't think it's because I think it's because you haven't reached your full potential or trying to reach it at all. That's just my opinion. Okay. So Alexander Bryan asks, he says, I'm a gay man. Can I benefit from your videos? I used to be a pick Misha and now I realize that, oh, what a fool I was. I look very young and I'm keeping up with my diet. Any advice for me? Because although I'm a man, I'm going to after men. How can I work my dynamic based on your experience? Thank you for that question. Well, I guess the same way that we work it, okay, except, from your perspective. I don't really know how to explain that, but just use what you can get from this channel in any way you can use. You can apply it to anything, money, jobs, anything. So thanks for that question. Okay, Mighty King asks, I've been watching your content for 2 years and you're like a mom breaking down the game in most brutal, honest way to me. I respect, love, and appreciate it. My only question is it possible for a man and woman to form a relationship with our brutal, honest intentions on the table from the jump? I'm a heartless man who wants a heartless woman. I want us to have an understanding of what we are here for and that either one of us will leave if one of us is lacking. The problem with dating is people, men and women, have a hard time with accepting the brutal truth, case of ego and pride. But heartless people don't have this issue. It's hard finding other truly heartless people. I would love if you could address this issue in the future video. Oh, that's a good question. Well, you must have the same goal in order to attract a heartless person. If you've ever seen those movies where like villains get together and work together, that would be two heartless people attracted to each other for one common reason. So, what is your goal? You must have a common goal in order to attract a heartless woman to, like, y'all would have to scam people together. Y'all would have to be heartless together. So it would be a turn on for him to see her heartlessness versus, and also, not versus, but also be a turn on to see her heartlessness through his eyes. So it would be the common goal of heartlessness to accomplish something. And it would kind of be like, I could see that happening in the movies, but in real life, I think it would backfire because I think we've seen that in like Suicide Squad, the Joker and Harley Quinn. That would be that type of relationship. And as you can see, they end up breaking up. And you said the Bride of Chucky, yeah, you'd have to sleep with one eye open. because you don't know if she's heartless enough to scam you too. See, so you wouldn't have comfort sleeping at night for the most part, and you would always have to watch your back even in your own house. So, in order, you can't really do that in a relationship. You would have to do that outside of the relationship. So, because you need a safe place, you need a safe haven, and you couldn't feel safe with a person like that. But you could work together, but not have a relationship together. You might have an affair together, but nothing serious. So that's my answer. All right. What advice would you give men on dating if you were hypothetically a man and teaching men's dating? Women are impressed by how much you pay attention and how much you spend. That is the advice that I can give you. How much you impress them, how much you spend, and how much you are listening to them. So, um, don't spend it if you don't got it though. Like, that's an indication of what you have is how much you're spending. So if you really want, let's say you go out with a woman and you want to show her I'm a good provider, I would make a good husband, and you know, money is no option. That's what they're looking for. Thank you, toy soldier, sprinkle, sprinkle. Especially if they're not like 21 and 20 and 19. You know, if they're of age to where they want to get married and have a serious relationship, they look at how much you can spend to measure if you're going to make a good husband or not. Yes, women are thinking about this on the first date. Yes. I'm sorry to tell you, we're not thinking about, oh, how good you are in bed or if you're going to look good outside. We don't care about that. We want to know if you will make a good husband. We are measuring your husbandness. Okay. So, you are not measuring our wifeliness, we know that, but we're measuring your husbandness from day one. So come on with the uh husbandness. Like, how much you gonna spend? Are you a gentleman? Are you listening to what we're saying? Okay. Next question. Okay, that was from Barney. His picture is Barney. Okay. I'm skipping the women because I said men only. Why am I so fine by the baddest? Why, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I was just born that way, and makeup and stuff like that. I don't know. Thank you, Tawana. That's a woman, so I'm asking men. Hold on, skipping all the women. Okay, Roy McCarthy. Have you and your husband signed a prenup? No. Why would I do that? I can get out of it. He know I'm too smart to get out of. He know I'm smart enough to get out of one anyway. So why even bother paying for the paperwork? Be honest. Why do women still get jealous when they know we're in a relationship with another chick, although the chick we got is the pick me and the builder? What? Why are they beautiful pick me women out there? I'm so confused. Oh, he's asking why they're beautiful pick me women out there. Also, tell me why my lady dresses like a 59-year-old plumber. Y'all know that's one baller. One baller. Women are jealous in a relationship because they don't understand that a relationship does not mean owning a person. Okay. And they know that they're insecure and they already feel that you might cheat on them with somebody else. They're with you for the wrong reason. Okay. They're with you to own you, not to get your money. Um, why are there pretty pygmies? Because their mothers did not teach them correct. Even though they got the good DNA and the good genes and the pretty genes, they didn't get the mentality that comes with it. So they're going to waste all their pretty on dusties in their youth, and then when they get older, and then if they learn the game before it's too late, they can turn it around. But there are pick me women who are very beautiful, and that is exactly why they need to come find my channel because they shouldn't be doing any of that. They shouldn't be working. They shouldn't be paying nobody bills or nothing. And why does your woman dress like a 59-year-old plumber? Probably because you won't take her shopping. You know, take her by the hand, take her to the mall, and help her pick out some clothes. I hope that helps you one baller. Okay, next question. I got to skip all of y'all's women's questions. Hold on. Okay. Someone named God74 says, do you believe a woman should base most of her worth on her outer appearance, even though looks fade over time? My answer is, do you think men base your worth on your outer appearance as a woman? Even though looks fade over time, they still want to hit it while you look good. Yes, I do believe that. Unless that man is Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles or somebody going blind, you need to look your best at all time. And by the time you start looking ugly and old, hopefully them cataracts over the dude's eyes will have grown in, and you'll still look good. If you date older, you don't got to worry about that. Okay. So I believe that if a man truly wants a woman to base her worth on her inner appearance, he needs to stop treating her a certain way if she doesn't look a certain way. Okay. We see how certain men, not all men, treat women based on their looks, and that's the information that we have to go by. Okay. Okay. We don't see like shallow Hal. You don't have them blinders on. Okay, next question. How to spot a pick Misha? What are the clearest signs of a woman with a low self esteem, and what strategies can you use to access her purse? Thank you. Um, Ask any Dusty. They are very, very good at it. They are pros. Okay, around tax season, which is coming up, around tax season, you go to the gym and look at all the women who have just signed up who are very out of shape, and you go talk to them. By February, she's gonna be tired of that gym. It's gonna be close to Valentine's, yes, with an M, Valentine's Day, close to tax season, and you can go ahead and lay your smooth lines down, okay? She done spent Christmas alone. She said, "Oh, it's gonna be a new year. I'm in this gym." Right? The week before February is probably when she gonna quit the gym and never return. And if that gym is gonna be taking money out of her account, why, you might as well, get in line. But no one on this channel will be affected because they know better than that. So that's what I do if I was a man, though, if I was looking for Pick Misha. Okay. Okay, so God74 asks again, would you rather share a rich man or have a blue collar devoted husband making 45,000 a year? Okay, I'd rather share a rich man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why? Because chances are 45,000 a year. Um, First of all, I'm trying to think, what kind of car would I drive on that? Second of all, what type of house do we live in if that's all you make? Okay, I don't want to live in certain areas, so I'd rather just share. Sharing is caring. All right. Here he asked us another question. He didn't ask a lot of questions. God 75, 74. I'm sure if your husband went broke, you would leave him. Wouldn't it be fair for him to trade you in for a younger woman once your beauty starts to fade? Um, well, since I married an older man, I'm always going to be younger. And by the time my beauty starts to fully fade, he's not gonna be around. Okay. But I'll answer it as if he would be around, then then I would just go and find an older man who would still think I was young. Okay. Shira, I want you to do a video about, okay, this is Mark. Mark says, I want you to do a video about why a woman should date older and ugly men versus a young, attractive guy, but you have to do it with your husband sitting next to you. You to explain why women should get a man who loves them more when she loves you. Oh, you want me to do it sitting next to him? Okay. Well, when I would do that sitting next to him when you donate to me $300. Okay. And he hears my videos all the time. He would agree with most of it. He said these women don't need to be going for looks no more. Looks don't work. He says it all the time. He says, I see these guys out here looking better than women and they can't even work. Hands is soft and uh ain't never worked a day in their life and living off these poor women sitting around here at the bar desperate. James, no. Am I still here? Uh-oh, I can't see the comments anymore, you guys. Let me see if I'm still live. I know sometimes I still am, but I will. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to switch back and forth. This is gonna be messed up. Let's see. I'll see if I'm still live. Am I still live? Oh, okay, I am. So I'm not gonna be able to read your comments because I have to switch back and forth, but I'll keep going. Thank you. All right, so going back to my questions. All right. I have done a video with James and he says the same thing if you go back and watch it. Okay, I'm going to keep going. The next question is, dang, I have a lot of questions. Y'all asked a lot of questions. Uh-oh, guys. Okay, here we go. Should women be required to bring more than looks to the relationship? Well, no. Sorry, that's all you look for. And also, if you are a man, you need to be able to bring the rest. Okay. That's just my opinion, though. I didn't want to bring anything extra because I didn't want to keep bringing anything extra. You look, I'm here. You lucky I'm here. What you gonna do while I'm here? That's my question. Okay, so Grim Reaper says, why do women think that they can manipulate all men when a woman is not sexually desired? She has no power over a man. That's not true because your mom has a lot of power over you, your sisters, your cousins, your aunts. Women have power over men and they don't have to base it on their sexuality. Sometimes it could be guilt, sometimes it could be um, your ego that they can use to manipulate you. So it doesn't always have to be sexual. I mean, women do it at work all the time. Okay, so Hero Soul Coach asks, what is the percentage of men following your channel based on your YouTube stats and their age? Oh, I do have like I think it's like 15% actually. Isn't that crazy? And I have to look at the age, but I'll look. I might post it up. Thanks for asking that question though. So God74 again writes, why do some married women dress immodestly? Is it to maintain options? Well, it could be that the husband is not giving her enough attention. It also could be to keep them options open and still feeling beautiful because maybe her husband or doesn't tell her she's beautiful every day and or she misses the attention that she got when she was single. So it could be that or it could be it's the style and that's what she wants to look like. But in my case, like if I were to all of a sudden start dressing immodestly, for me, in my case, it means that I'm opening my options. I'm welcoming people to come in and say, hey, what's your name? Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. God74 asks again, why do you give older women the delusion that they can compete with younger women? I never say that they can compete. I just say that they have a chance if they date older. So while you have young women out here, dating 50s and 60s or 40s and 50s and 60s or whatever, because I tell those young women to date older. Then the older women are going to be dating 65 and up. So where's the competition? I don't know. Um, Albert Park says, "What are your thoughts on manosphere?" I don't even know what that is. I have to look it up to have an opinion on it because I don't know what that is. Um, Ty Love says, "Why do you give women unrealistic expectations, thinking they can get a millionaire or billionaire? Aim for the stars and land on the moon. Aim high instead of super low." I mean, if you go in for a millionaire, you might not get one, but you could get a six figure. You aim for a billionaire, you might not get one, but you could get a millionaire. Okay, so why aim low when you can aim high? If you don't reach your target or goal, you still landing in success. Okay, that's why. Okay, let's see. How? Okay, Fresh Shaw says, "How would you feel if I decide to purge homeless black men? My belief is most black women will support this movement." I believe that they have cameras everywhere, and you would probably get caught. And like if if you did get caught, you'd probably be in jail, and your boyfriend or the person that probably will be your bed buddy may also be a homeless black man. So, and I don't think anybody would support this movement unless they just like murdering people. There you go. Mm, this is going to be good. Yep. Let's see. So, Reverend Cheesy Hungry says, "A man cannot provide for a woman that can already provide for herself. That is not providing, that is being a sponsor. In order for a man to truly provide for a woman, she would have to give him all her money. So, with that said, why do you encourage women to only talk to men who are weak and thirsty enough to be their sponsor? Why do you discourage women to stay away from strong and principled men that choose to not be tricks and bow down to a woman that boss them around and make them pay? No real man would do these things." Da, da, da. Okay, here's my thing. Um, so to be a provider, a woman does not have to give up all her money. Um, but she needs to feel safe in the environment that she's in, and she needs to feel safe that her husband can provide for her in case she don't want to work, in case she doesn't have any money, in case she runs out of money, in case she wants to raise her children and stop doing work. And maybe one day, if she wants to open her own business, you can help her get started. Okay, so, and also, let's see, why do I want them to tell men what to do? Wait, why do I want them to only talk to men who are weak and thirsty enough to be their sponsor? Because men tend to exploit women and tend to abuse them if there's some type of power over them, which is why the whole feminist movement started. So I encourage women to find a man that likes them more than the woman likes the man. That way, she's always going to get what she desires. I didn't say go find a weak, thirsty man. I said go find a man who likes you way more than you like them. Okay. Doesn't mean he's weak and thirsty. It means he just likes her a lot. That's all. Um, no real man would do these things. No real man would have a problem providing and protecting his family without trying to rule over them in dominance and not allow them to, be happy. So I'm just saying, love is not possession. Okay, next question by Jonathan K. "Do you think it is significantly harder for a gay man to secure the bag? Any tips for us?" I don't think it's hard at all. In fact, it might be even easier because, I think it might be easier, honestly. Just you need to get in your category. You need to get in your zone. You need to just, you need to do your research. Okay, thank you. David Carroll says, I would like you to produce a video giving me your top five gripes about Negro men. Negro men. My top five gripes: not knowing enough about yourselves. Not, okay, that's number one. Not knowing thyself. That's number one. Number two is lack of responsibility. Like, but it's not that I blame anybody. It's just that that's just one of the gripes. So lack of responsibility, lack of knowing thyself, and lack of respect for self, lack of dedication to children, and lack of a savings account. That would be my only thing. Okay, next question. Oliver Shorm. What happens with you and your loved one that made you realize they were the one? When they said they was gonna pay for everything and that they got me. Okay, that's the magic words. Okay, next, Alex M. Oh, y'all talking to each other. Okay, who's your daddy? Says, as a woman slash animal, don't you feel that you are doing a disservice to your kids by producing with a man solely based on money? Shouldn't the guy's genetic attributes trump all other factors to provide your kids with ingredients to success? Da da da. Yep, my husband is very smart. He was very athletic. Um, so he has good genetics. Uh, first of all, very good DNA. Yep, and he got money, so double dipped. Your dad was nuts and an alcoholic. You enter a room and everyone just turns to be like, just say, well, I'm sorry, your dad was an alcoholic and crazy, but you know, we weren't like that over here. So he got uh he has the good DNA to answer your question. Okay, so Leroy Gray Jr. But for every other, I think he means like for every other person to look at their DNA instead of just hopping, into marriage with somebody before seeing if they're alcoholic or weak genes. Um, I do say that's a good idea. So that is a good idea. But that's why I always say look at that family history, but still, if your DNA is stronger and more dominant, you good. Interesting. Okay, so Leroy says, my question is about us older men who are on a fixed income, single, widowed, divorced, and attempting to find a mate, no strings attached. No, no, not a string of dates. Okay, I'm sorry, not a string of dates. What is your advice to us? You need to find an older woman who's your age in the same predicament, and y'all need to get together because a lot of these young women who are after older men only want their money. And since you're on a fixed income, you need to find someone your own age who's also on a fixed income that will accept you on a fixed income. And um, get with women your own age. That's what I say. Terry Jackson, what is your favorite teacher and book and why? My favorite teacher is myself and my children. My children teach me a lot. My favorite book, I have many favorite books, but I guess my all time favorite book would be, mm, I have too many favorite books, so I can't just say one. But um, the book that I really, really enjoyed the most would be The Book of Enoch. All right. What to do when you need to find a place to stay and you only, oh, wait, that's a girl. Sorry. Last question. Now I'm coming back to the comments. No disrespect to Shira because this thread is only for men questions, but I support her with my response to the questions about her having a son. I think it's obvious she wouldn't raise a Dusty and With that, her son would be one of the rare kings with an ability to know a woman's worth. That's true. A lot of what Shira is counterintuitive to the way men automatically treat women in this age. And so her methods yield success by creating a balance. Love and emotional attachment develop later for men. Ultimately, we both lose when not thinking practically. Most men, not all, are led or lost in love like the tendency for women. Men don't need help in this area. In my opinion, Ashura instructs women to think in their interactions with men rather than feel, because feelings can come later once the relationship is actually established. That's right. And I think it's because women want the men to be all in love and lovey-dovey and stuff like that. When setting the foundation for a relationship is treating teaching a man how to treat you and what's going to work and what's not going to work and what's going to cut it and what's not going to cut it. Once you set those boundaries and once you have those standards and things in place and he respects them, then the relationship has a foundation and can grow from there. So thank you, Nicholas Android. That was a good question. So now I'm going to go back to the comments so that I can answer some of y'all's questions real quick. I'm sorry, my screen timed out and I couldn't see it on my screen. Uh-oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Let me get back on my channel. I gotta talk to you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it all the way down so I can read these questions. All right, here I come. Did anybody donate while I was reading those questions? Thank you. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to say thank you. I couldn't read the questions, but okay. So now we'll have some questions here. Mm, hmm Anyway, you should do a topic about petty women. Be quiet. I'm drunk and highly intelligent. I'm reading some of these questions. How can I ask a man money on the first date? Tired of that question. Be the best thing they ever seen in their life and too old to say no. Like they'll be too old to say no because they know they'll never see you again if they do. Why are guys okay with being poor and cheap? If I was a man, it would hurt my ego because women give them sex anyway. So why do they need money? You know, stop giving it to them. They'll get some money. Do you believe men can fall in love? How? Yes, after you have disciplined them and whipped them into shape, into the type of relationship that you desire, and they respect you, then they can start to love you. They can't love you until they respect you. And they have to grow in love. They don't fall in love. It's the same as I tell you guys to do to grow in love, don't fall. That means it takes time. Um, so thank you guys for all those questions. I think I'm going to end this video here and I'll restart another live so that I can get my feed back up and we can start a new topic. So thank you guys for your questions. They were interesting. I hope I answered them good enough, and I think some of them were funny. Um, what was your question? Graphic fade? I'll answer it now. Um, okay, well, sorry. Maybe next time. So I'm going to start a new feed. Maybe you can ask it on there. Okay. I think my new topic on my next video is going to be um, why I'm trying to read at the same time because like my screen is not working on here. I have to reset it. We'll talk about it on the next video. It'll just be a surprise. All right. What's your question, Red Pill? Hurry up. Why don't y'all just ask the question? Okay, Red Pill, fire, fire, fire. Okay, why did you not read my question? I didn't see your question. Sometimes if you curse, YouTube will censor it out and then it'll go into like the hidden section to be approved. So if you use curse words or something offensive, it probably didn't show. That's why I said keep it appropriate because then I wouldn't be able to see it until I went and searched for it in the archives of hidden stuff. Thank you, XOXO. My phone case is from Louis. All right. All right. So I'm going to go on the other channel now. I'm going to see y'all over there. Bye. I mean, actually, sorry, I'm going to be on this channel, but on a new video. Sorry.